Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we could remain standing, please. I'd like to have a moment of silence for a good friend of mine and many of us in this room, Mr. James Malarkey, who passed away the other day, and to his family. So let's pray for them during this very difficult time. And also, I'd like to have a moment of silence for the 3 American soldiers that lost their lives needlessly in the ongoing war in the Middle East. Thank you very much. Okay, good morning, everyone. Weather's getting better for now.
It's gonna be 60.
60, I'll take it.
I'm excited.
That's walking, right, Carol?
Yes, it is.
Lost 5 for the helicopter expert.
Yeah, that was
Really?
in the States though.
Anthony, does he have a
Oh, boy.
They can't find
Yes.
them.
Oh,
California.
please, thank you, Nancy. Nancy
Did they-
knows. Did they all die? Is there anything good anymore?
I don't know, but you read the front page of the paper, the good stuff's buried in the obits.
Read the suicide rates the other day. That was treacherous in Mahoning Valley. Well, welcome again. This is our number 6 Mahoning County Commissioners regular board meeting. It is Thursday, February 8th at approximately 10:04 a.m. And do we have any public comments? Anything on your mind? Name and address for the record. No? Anyone? Okay, well, that being said, Carol?
A motion for the approval of the previous minutes of board meeting number 5, Thursday, February 1st, 2024, and approval of bills for payment.
Second,
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes, advertisement for bids, number 1 and 2, and we'll begin with the engineers. Who do we have?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Pat?
Item number 1 is the advertisement for the Early Road Bridge replacement. This is one of the 25 bridges that the county maintains within the city of Youngstown.
Very good, thank you, sir. And OMB grants?
Good morning,
And-
Commissioners. Good morning. This
Good morning.
item number 2 is for Poland Avenue Neighborhood Improvement Project Phase 2 that is located in the city of Struthers and is part of our CDBG allocation projects.
Thank you. Motion?
Motion to approve advertisement for bids 1 and 2.
Second,
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. Ask for a motion on journal entry?
Motion to approve journal entries number 1.
Second,
Roll call?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes, moving on, we have travels A through C, and we'll begin with the auditors and Mr.
Good
Mills.
morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
How are you today? We are looking to send myself and 2 staff members from data processing to the Tyler Connect conference, which is our ERP software. Munis is what it was previously called. And this conference is to allow our primary employees who manage the day-to-day operations of Munis and the ERP software training, learn about new features, new products, and for myself to get to understand that system a little bit better as I'm new to the county and to the IT department here. It'd be helpful for me to interface with some other folks who use the software, see if we're using it to the full extent, and if there's any way we can expand it or improve it.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Nice place to go to, Indianapolis. Beautiful.
I've only been there once and I was much shorter, so.
It's really a nice town.
Who wants me to do B?
Um,
Audrey's not here.
Jen.
Jen?
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't- Thank you.
the
I'm
next
always
one-
looking to Earl.
This is also for Megan and I to attend the Tyler Connect conference in Indianapolis in May, and everything Jay said.
All righty.
I just ditto him.
How come it's cheaper to send you ladies than it is Jay? I don't understand.
I gotta fly business class, right?
Flying to Indy, it's only a 4-hour drive, man. You can jump
Yeah,
in.
his is 3 hours, it's only 2.
Depends on the airport consternation. All right, and comment, please. Bob.
Commissioners, this is the court's annual travel request for the judges and staffs to attend various conferences, seminars put on by judicial organizations, and legal organizations throughout the state and sometimes national. They earn continuing legal education and it's non-general.
Thank you. All right, Gerald.
Motion to approve number 2, travels A through C.
Second,
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes. Agreements, letters A through J, and the auditors, and that's got to be Alex.
Board of Commissioners. Okay, this is for the agreement with the city printing company to process and mail our real estate homestead renewals in the estimated amount of $11,936.94. This is non-general funding.
Thank you, Alex. Building inspection, Mr.
Hi.
Yursi.
Amy?
Hi, this is Amy filling in for Jeff today.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, we're just asking for approval to approve the agreement with City Force to upgrade our software and our maintenance with no additional fees other than our yearly maintenance fee of $39.59.
Very good. Thank you. Convention Visitors Bureau, Linda.
Good morning. Letter C is an agreement with Henry Graphic Communications for 2024 literature distribution. ODOT has selected this vendor to service the travel plazas on interstates where they have literature racks, and we want to place our travel guide there. And then Henley also has a distribution route up in Ohio wine country in the Grand River Valley, which is so popular with visitors. And since we're so close to that area, we wanted to try distribution along a route they have there as well. The total for this contract is $3,362.60, non-general.
Very good. Thank you. Engineers, Pat.
Commissioners, letter D is an agreement with Fida Freightliner for repairs to vehicle number 534 in the estimated amount of $1,889.78. And these are non-general funds.
Thank you. And lead, we have Mr. Perrier in the house today. Good to see you, Phil.
Letter E is an agreement with All Valley Heating and Cooling for home repair work at 11387 Lisbon Road. $14,940.95. Non-general. F is an agreement with the Highland Company LLC for chip rehab work at 3179 Highland, $46,848, also non-general.
Thank you, sir. And sanitary, Mr. Genetti.
Commissioners, letter G is an agreement with SET Incorporated for emergency sewer repairs at 1825 Sequoia Drive in the amount of $5,116.59. And these are non-general funds.
Okay, thank you. And to close out, Sheriff Joe.
Ace is an agreement with Black Creek Integrated System Corporation for security door and software services for 5 years in the amount of $15,499.88. That's for the first year. I is an agreement with Hall Public Safety Company to outfit 4 of our new 4 interceptors with equipment amount of $45,977.76. And J is the First Amendment for WellPath LLC for amend Section 8 of the Inmate Healthcare Service Agreement for unit pricing. All 3 of those are not given.
Thanks, Joe. Cheryl.
Motion approved number 3, agreements A through J.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, change orders A and B. Lead, Phil.
A is a change order with American Pinnacle Construction for that have the control and healthy homes work at 152 Manchester, amount of $1,025. And B is a change order with American Pinnacle Construction also for that have the control and healthy homes work at 200 Byron Street, $2,925.
Thanks, Phil. Carol.
Motion approved number 4, change orders A and B.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes. Number 5, road closings A, Pat?
Commissioners, letter A is a request to close Western Reserve Road east of Glenwood Avenue, beginning on February 20th for 2 days to complete a water line crossing installation, which is part of the Western Reserve Road widening project, part 1.
Okay, thank you. Carol?
Motion to approve number 5, road closings A.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. Resolutions, number 1?
Motion to approve resolutions number 1, additions.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. And resolutions, letters A through J, and I will do letter A and B. Resolution approving the employment of outside counsel, Squire Patton and Boggs, US LLP, to assist with the note/bond issuances and other legal issues in the amounts not to exceed $153,382. Letter B, resolution fixing the time, place of view, final hearing, and notice thereof of proposed petition to vacate a part of Oak Avenue in Boardman Township. Letter C, Commissioners OMB, Jen.
Again, this is a resolution approving, the award of $10,000 to the Helms Foundation for arts therapy services from the opioid settlement funds.
Very nice. Thank you. Letter D, engineers, Pat?
Commissioners, letter D is a resolution approving the transfer of West Webb Road from the county highway system to the Austintown Township Highway System.
Very good. And letter E, Audrey Morales, Jobs and Family.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Nancy. I don't see Jim, but, and Audrey, so Jim over there? Okay, good morning. Okay, letter E, Job and Family Service Resolution approving the appointment of 1 customer inquiry support specialist for the Child Support Division. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Letter F, Phil?
This is a resolution approving the moral obligation payment of $5,200 to Direct Industrial Service and Supply for chip rehab work at 320 Oakview Ave. There were some severe underlying structural issues that we can take care of. It was over 10% of the original contract.
Thank you. OMB grants, Anna.
Commissioners, this is a resolution to amend Resolution 2402-005 with the OWOW Center for Science and Technology for additional sponsorship support in the amount of $2,500. This is non-general American Rescue Plan Act funding.
Thank you, Anna. Letter H, sanitary, Pat?
Commissioners, letter H is a resolution approving the appointments of 2 treatment plan aides for the department.
Very good, thank you. Sheriff, OMB?
Commissioners, I is a resolution in support of an application for fiscal year 2022 Drug Law Enforcement Fund. It's through the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Service in the amount of $230,082.40. That's with a local match required. J is a resolution of necessity to upgrade and maintenance of our printers, scanners, copiers with Konica Minolta equipment. Visual Edge IT Incorporated to a state cooperative purchasing contract in the estimated amount of $75,941.30.
Thank you. Motion?
Motion to approve the resolutions A through J.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Yes, that concludes the business portion of our meeting. Is there any elected officials or department heads would like to comment? No? Yeah, not
This
bad.
must be one of those days.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, we like quiet.
Dave, Carol?
Well, it's getting warm out there, that's why.
They don't want to be here.
Jim?
You know, over
Sun's
the
up.
last weekend I was out breaking, you know, in my islands out in the yard and getting the leaves that blown in and the the flowers are coming up. I mean, all the stuff starting to pop through the ground, the tulips and different things, and
Nice snow, yeah.
so it's wild, yeah.
St. Patrick's Day.
Here we go. We have these mild winters, it gets cold, but we don't have a lot of snow. The one snow where I could have plowed my driveway, my Kubota's been sitting up at Phil's in Columbiana for like a month and a half, waiting for a hydraulic hose, right? So I finally got it back. I have to thank Tony Patil for helping me with his trailer to get my Kubota. You got something needs worked on, man. It's miserable trying to get it somewhere. I need a house doctor for these things.
House doctor.
But couple of things. We talked about this last week, but we had the three of us and several of the people from the county had the privilege of going to the Oh Wow event. And what an amazing group of individuals there and what great work they do. And they honored, three people and businesses in the community and one of them was Carol for a Community Leadership Award. And very nice. Carol, you did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It really was a nice event. The food was amazing and, everything was really nice and they've got a heck of a group. I know my sister-in-law, who's a science teacher, she passed in 2009, but she received that Good Apple Award several
Right,
times from the state of Ohio, teaching at St. Christine's. And she used to take people there all the time, or her kids there all the time. I mean, that was just, something that was huge in her, in her vocabulary, big, and she, and the amazing thing is that when she passed at her calling hour, she was only 55 and there had to have been 20 doctors that showed up and all of them, because they said if it wasn't for her kicking their butt, science and biology and the things that she taught, they never would have become doctors. And Jimmy Kravick was one of the ones that, was huge on her. One of those teachers that you loved her or you hated her. If you wanted to learn, you loved her. If you wanted to skate, you hated her. It's what, but she taught you though. You learned when you were there. So that was it was a great event. It was nice to have. And what always makes me harken back on thinking of what people portray out in the media on different events and different issues. And I see on the news them talking about Canfield annexation, and the announcer saying it's up to the commissioners. It's up to the commissioners. They're going to annex the property, and no, it's not up to the commissioners. We don't vote to determine an annexation. We vote to accept the paperwork filed for the annexation. If it meets all the criteria, that's between the township and the city, and whether or not they're going to battle it. It becomes a civil dispute between the two political subdivisions on whether or not they accept it or whether or not they take it to court. So all we do is send the filed papers to the prosecutor's office to see if they've met all the requirements that the annexation needs to meet in order to happen. And quite honestly, if the three of us determine the annexation, I'd vote no on every one. Because I think there's other ways that can happen. JEDs, you force a JED, a joint economic development district, so you don't eat away land at the communities. You work things out collectively to both share, participate in whether it's property taxes, income taxes, land. There's always a happy medium that communities can meet. And Canfield City and Township have done that in the past. They've done it in the past. So, and when here's one of the things that, government always has a loophole that somebody gets through. And I was told this, that just made me pause and think, really? Because they say that you need two ways of ingress and egress into a subdivision, so, and for good reason, for fire, safety, police, ambulance, everything. And then one of the ways around it is if they put a boulevard in the median strip that divides the entrance coming in, they call that two ingress and egresses, because they can go on either side of the boulevard. And all they do is narrow down the roadway to go in. So, I mean, it's doesn't make any sense. And it's not up to the commissioners on whether we approve or disapprove an annexation. It's up to us to accept the paperwork if the prosecutor deems it meets the requirements.
True. Thank you for clearing that. Was on TV.
So that's, it was on this morning again too, and you hear snippets of things that, don't make sense. And, everybody wants to pass the buck,
Oversaturation.
so.
Exactly.
Carol.
Well, thank you. I want to thank my two colleagues and my staff and everyone that came to the OWOW Museum. For the event, I was honored to receive that award from a group that is dear to my heart from the day it started. As I said at the event, Suzanne Barbati had come to me with a thought. And she had already started everything. And then a couple months went by and she had the foundation people and the Shermans and all of them were involved. And I went into the building and I said it there. I looked around and I went, how the hell are you going to do this? And she says, watch us. I'm going to tell you what, within 6 months, they had things there for the young people. And I also said there that I think it'd be a great luncheon for our staff to go because it is interesting. Even as adults, you would have a blast there. I mean, because there are things there that when we were kids, we would have never even pictured robots. I mean, and they had the robot there at the event.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was just unbelievable. Well, now they're gonna, with the money they raised, they're gonna start on the second floor. Their tenant moved out. And they're gonna start doing a whole nother innovation type center up there. It's gonna be probably one of about, I'd say 5 in the US that are gonna be so technical. So I encourage young people to go there. I encourage their parents to take them on a field trip. And there's so many good restaurants down here. The Avalon's next door if you like pizza. And of course, all the other restaurants have food, have other foods. But I mean, it's like a day out for the kids and they have a ball and so do the parents. I mean, it's amazing what's out there for our children today. And for like what your sister-in-law did with St. Christine's with the children, to have field days, field trips, to do something that would not only be educational to these young people, but it would be fun. So, and you need to mix when they're young and you want to get their minds motivated, you need to mix both of those together to keep them interested, because we surely do need our young people to be educated so that we could build on economic development, education. And we can't foster any of that unless you teach them at a young age that you can do this. Don't think you can't. You could live this life. You have to be positive and move forward. So anyway, that's my soapbox for today. Have a nice weekend. And I agree with Dave about the annexation. I watched that on the 11 o'clock news and I went, oh, that's not true. But we seem to be the scapegoat for everything that's out there. We'll just blame the 3 commissioners.
Right.
It's them.
Well, Carol, I too want to congratulate you on your award. It was a very beautiful evening, beautiful event. a very historic place in our community, the Dior. The architecture in there is just second to none. I don't even think New York could compare to that facility based on what they have there. And Carol, you had a lot of heavy hitters there supporting you. It was really, really impressive. And the people, they were all for the right things. And they even raised a lot of money that night for the programs. And if any of you aren't familiar with Oh Wow, they come up with some very unique, innovative little things for kids. Because I remember when I was growing up, we had Mr. Operator, where you'd put the tweezers in there, and if you hit the side, the nose of the guy, Operation, remember, would go off. You know, these kids are doing physics now, you know, and they had these little things they were giving away. They were in these plastic bags. They were in the shape of a heart, and they were a sugar cube. And you would drop it into your drink, and it would turn it a different color. It would fizz. Just something that innovative was, everyone was doing it. Then they had these like Alka-Seltzer things on the table. You drop them in these candle holders and the water would go. So they're doing those kind of things. And imagine a young kid who has no clue about wanting to go into a science field or engineering. You see that at a young age and it inspires you. Even at our age, it was like, wow, that's pretty neat. You know, I wonder what that's made of. And that's how it goes off. That's what was so beautiful about that event. And Carol, you brought a group of students from St. Joe's on a bus over there. Did you not? Is that how?
Yeah, I do.
Tell us about that.
I mean, that was like, I talked to Father Swires and I says, I want to do something. I says, I think our kids need field trip. He says, really? I went, yeah, I'll get him a bus. He says, where are you going to get a bus? I said, never mind, I'll get a bus. So I got a bus and the kids went over and Ann and Mike Sabell are very good friends of mine. And also with Father Swires. And I said, now I need pizza. I says, I called her up. I said, you want the kids to eat here or could I bring them to the Avalon? And she says, I don't care, wherever you want it. You know, I'll close off the back room. So the kids did that. And then I brought them all over to the Avalon to eat. And they didn't want to leave. They did not want to leave the center. And I mean, Suzanne was there and she says, I really, she says, these kids are really interested. So hopefully, you know, they went back and of course they told the other students about that. But that was amazing to watch them interact with different things that they normally probably would not see. And it was something. I mean, I had fun. I had fun.
And like you said,
And
when
they
you were
told me,
speaking.
you don't know anything about this, do you? Miss, I just call me Carol. And I says, no, I really don't. You want to show me? I mean, what do we know? These kids know more than we'll ever know. How do you use the phone? Give me your phone and I'll show you how you have to plug it in. Okay.
6 years old.
I mean,
It's ridiculous.
they know everything. God bless them, they say.
And I never understood what Oh Wow was when it first came out. It's like, what is it? Now go over there and look. It's
I'm
unbelievable.
gonna bring our crew over there to have a field day.
We had the erector sets when we were growing up. I used to
I had the
love those
Legos.
things, putting those, you know,
Legos.
just
They're
meant,
big
and you could
deal
get
now.
cut on
I
that stuff
have.
easy, man. I was always getting cuts on those things and we had one of the, when you talked
Operation.
about operation, we had Mr. Machine. Remember Mr. Machine? It was about 2 feet high. You wound it up and it was our robot day, you know, and all it was a, you know, funky looking man that walked around, you know, and you can see through it, all the gears
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It was clear plastic and you could see through it and
Dolls
watch it.
that walked.
Yeah, that
Good
little robot.
God.
Rudy the
I'm
Robot,
gonna
Tin
just
Man.
shut up because I don't want to date myself.
Yeah,
Fun times.
yeah,
Oh, my
good
God.
stuff.
All right. Well, we said enough on the annexation. Let's move on and close out.
Motion to adjourn. Carol.
When's our next meeting?
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, thank you.